وبيت الليل كفاي عند المرة خلاي ديك يخرب بيت
Daj ti brat, capitán, que an eshalak Yeshua Tzaret. Amar lana en ant Meshiacha bar elachachai
Echoena. Dat zijn barna's gedeeld bij mijn geheim. Het banen is.
Who does he think he is, anyway? Thinks he's the Messiah? Thinks he's the Son of God? Ha! What does he think he's doing that he can forgive sins? I can't even forgive sins, and I'm the high priest. All I can do is put the sins on a goat and drive him into the desert for the people. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Son of God, Son of Man. Ah, humbug. Why? Does he think that the Hebrew God is so puny and small that he needs him to help him out? Our God is a mighty God. I know who this fellow is. I had my spies check him out. He's just a laborer, just a common stone laborer from Nazareth. He was a laborer, his father was a laborer. That's all he was, just wandering around Nazareth, helping to build things. And everybody knows nothing good ever comes out of Nazareth. Why? Our God is a mighty God. Power and might, a God of war. Why? Didn't he have Father Abraham followed him all the way from Ur to the Promised Land? And then when the kings of the valley kidnapped Lot, didn't Abraham go in and rescue Lot from his kidnapping and scatter the kings and destroy them? Besides that, then there was Moses, who came and rescued us from the Egyptians and destroyed them when they tried to keep us for 400 years in slavery back to our forefathers. And didn't our God crush the Egyptian chariots, the entire army? And then as we went into our promised land, Joshua destroyed Jericho and many other cities of our promised land. Didn't our God tell us, kill everything that lives while you're there? Blessed are the merciful. Who's he trying to kid? Then, of course, we didn't destroy everything. That wouldn't have been very reasonable. Just getting rid of all that resource horses, slaves, animals. But then we had the time of Judges. We had Samson, another mighty warrior, killed 1,000 Philistines with nothing but the jawbone of an ass. And then we had Gideon, who with his small band killed kings, mighty kings with armies many times the size of his. Later on in our history, we had King David, who slew Goliath. God helped him slew Goliath, and then he slew and triumphed over all his enemies throughout all the land, and united all of Israel. And his son Solomon, in his majesty, God made him the most powerful Jewish king in history. With the God that made all of these people, these strong warriors that we've had in our history, would he have a son or a Messiah that he would send to us? That was such a wimp that would run around preaching love, peace, turn the other cheek? I think not. I think not at all. What we need is a Messiah that will come, and our true Messiah, when he comes, will lead us, just like King David, Solomon, and the others did in their footsteps. And he'll chase away all our oppressors, Romans and whoever they are. We need to wait for the proper Messiah. We're not this Jesus of Nazareth. He's not the one, that's for sure. Besides that, we have the history to look at. Didn't the prophets, Isaiah and the others, tell us that our Messiah would come out of David's line? He would be born in Bethlehem? Well, old Herod took care of that. If you figure out how old this Jesus was, if he'd been in Bethlehem, he would have been killed by Herod. Herod killed all those young boys at that time. So we know, therefore, that this guy has to be an imposter. Old Herod, he would have been a good Messiah, except he was in a man. Those descendants of the Edomites. First we war with them, then they were our friends. Now they rule us. How insufferable for the Jewish people. But at least he knew what he was doing. He was strong enough so that all the Romans even left him alone in Palestine. But he did pretty much what he wanted to. No, he's not the one. He's not the one. I suppose if this guy was the Messiah, this Jesus of Nazareth, and he was God's son, next thing you know, he'd be wanting his followers to sing his praises, write hymns about him, pray to him, and the next thing you know, he'd be wanting to change all our way we've been worshiping God for 1,500 years. Well, that's not going to happen. The old ways are the best. Will never change. Why, it wouldn't even seem like worship if we didn't do it the old way. Well, we're going to have to do something about him. That's all there is to it. He's been a real pain. He's twice he's just driven the money changers out of the temple. He's thrown the birds loose, the animals loose. Cost us a lot of money. We've been working hard with the Romans. We've been trying to keep faith with them, get along until the Messiah finally comes. And here this fellow comes along and tries to ruin everything. No, we've been making a little profit at it, I'll say that. It's no more than right. Priests work hard. It takes a lot of shekels to take care of that temple that Herod left us. No, this Jesus of Nazareth has to go. He upsets the people. He does a few tricks, calls them miracles, and then he gets the people all together and he tells them they don't have to follow Moses' rules anymore, or the rest of our rituals. He incites the people, and they won't follow us anymore if we're not careful.